We are live.
We are live. Live from Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's Sunday afternoon. 2 p.m. Costa Rica time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Monday in Australia. Okay, here we are, guys. Welcome back. We are here on a very humid, sunny Sunday here in Costa Rica. We've had some rain in the last couple of days, which has been absolutely delicious. When it's coming down, kind of disgusting when it's done because it is so humid and a little bit dewy. I can feel it already. But anyone tuning in to see my baby, she's not here, but I can show you. Look at this little nugget. We went for our very first swim this morning in the pool. And because she's got red hair and pale skin, she had to wear a full body like rash guard hat. Mommy slathered on the sunscreen, baby safe sunscreen. Actually, this is why I waited so long to bring her into the pool, because I wanted to make sure that she would be okay with the chlorine and be okay with having lotion on her skin, because she's got very sensitive skin as a young baby, but also because of who she is with her father's complexion. Hi, Dad. Levi, I'm sure you're watching. So that was fun. This kind of weather means dunking in the pool constantly or having cold showers because it is really, really, really hot. What do you think the temperature is today, Kenneth?
It's very humid. It's 80-90% humidity.
80 to 90% humidity.
And 32 Celsius.
32 degrees Celsius. So this is the start of the summer here in Costa Rica. Rainy season, September, October, winds down the winter season, so here we are. And I'm just making small talk to allow people to hop on here. So who we got watching? We got Mark James saying, I just left and I missed the food already. Thank you, Mark James. I appreciate that. I love every weekend when people are arriving and leaving Rythmia, we hand out surveys to those that are leaving, and they rate everything. They rate how they like their habitations, or their rooms, I could have said. Habitaciones is the Spanish word. Mm-hmm. Spanglish in my brain. How they liked their habitations while at Rythmia, their rooms. Also how they liked the food, how their experience was at the spa with the shaman, blah, 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 blah. And then for the food, it's always interesting to me because I see a lot of excellence, I see some very goods, and then I see some poors. And it's taken me 3 years to be okay with that because I realize I can't please everyone all the time. In life, but especially in food, especially because we are adhering to a very specific diet here because it has to adhere to the, to just the needs of plant medicine, to the needs of our Ministry of Health, the needs of what Jerry wants, what I can source here in Costa Rica, and just, it's hard, but it's okay. So what my point is here is Mark, thank you for the positive words. It's really lovely to hear. Kelly says you look lovely. Thank you. I'm wearing one of my pre-pregnancy shirts once again. Very excited about that. Lisa's saying hello. My mom is watching. Just over 1 more month, she said. Yes, Terry Pearson, my mother. We will be flying home with Kobe for Christmas. Very excited about that. I'm not sure how excited Kobe's going to be about the cold. We'll see. But I'll just keep slowly increasing the air conditioning in our condo a little bit so that maybe she's a little bit more used to being cold. She was definitely cold in the pool this morning because it was not warm. Greg is saying he's watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I would sure like to come there and enjoy your wonderful food. Greg, we would love to have you come anytime. So people are hopping on here. So good to see people watching from Finland, from all over the place. I just met some guests that are checking in this weekend from where? Cape Cod.
India.
We had some people from India here this week. I have someone that just checked in from Sweden, who looks like a Viking, and he said he's a Viking. We've got people from the Netherlands, someone from New Brunswick, Canada, so they could share in the feeling of cold. So really, really, really fun. We have an awesome week ahead, by the way. Greg Braden is here. So we've got a lot of people here that will be doing the great, great breath work with Christian Minson of Rythmia, and Greg is here, and we will also be doing plant medicine, so it's going to be a really crazy good week. I'm really excited. I'm going to be drinking the plant medicine this week. Do you guys have any eggs or chicken options at Rythmia? William is asking. Yes, we do. We always have eggs every morning, and we do have chicken and or fish every lunchtime because we realize not everyone wants to follow
free run chicken and the real ones.
And it's good stuff. And the eggs are also like pastured, as good as you can get here for eggs. Becky says, you're amazing. Thank you for all you give. Becky, thank you for giving the love. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. Okay, so my legs are on fire because the sun's hitting them, so we're going to get the show on the road. And if you'll notice, this is called Mac and Cheese Part 3. Not only does it roll off the tongue, but it makes my taste buds excited because this is going to be my dinner for tonight. I've done mac and cheese now twice, obviously. This is number 3. What did we do the first time? Was the first time when we did the caprese style mac and cheese?
Yep.
This Facebook Live brought to you by Rythmia. This is my sponsor. Product placement at its finest. And then what did we do? We did pumpkin mac and cheese.
I love that.
The pumpkin one was
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
really good. I
Yeah.
liked it too.
Insane.
So I think we're going to have a comfort, fun food cookbook in the works. It's going to be all the recipes I do on these Facebook Lives. Because we don't serve any of this stuff at Rythmia. This is just me having fun and running out of ideas. So I'm just making shit up every Sunday. Because I've been doing this for over 2 years, kids, and no one's giving me ideas. So show me what you want to see. Give me ideas, and then we'll do it. So I've already gone ahead and cooked some pasta in preparation just to save time. So what I've got here is whole wheat fusilli. You could use gluten-free, you could use elbow macaroni, you could use any kind of pasta you want. That is fresh from the kitchen, still warm. And we're gonna get to making the sauce here. So what is this? I didn't tell you, it's mac and cheese, but it's going to be with a plant-based mozzarella style sauce with some mushrooms and truffle. Sounds fancy, easiest thing in the world. So what's the base of our sauce today? Protein rich. You don't need to be adding any extra plant-based protein additions to this pasta, my friends, because the base is going to be a silken tofu. And I know before I get people saying soy is bad. Not all the time. If you have it in small amounts and you're getting a good organic brand if you can, or even, I mean, you can't really get sprouted silken, but I make a really good, I'm gonna cut myself. Just so y'all know, I'm probably gonna cut myself. I didn't want to lay this down and cut it because it's gonna make juice everywhere. I'm gonna do it over here. I know myself. I'm always cutting myself. Give me, like, I always have to, in the kitchen, we don't have can openers. We're always, don't tell the Ministry of Health or Health and Safety, but we use knives to open cans in the restaurant. Because that's all we have. Because can openers just get lost. And I have to ask my guys in the kitchen to do it for me because I tried and I end up blood everywhere. And that's when the Ministry of Health would really have complaints about it. Anyways, okay, so I've got a package of soy and I'm not going to go on a soy rant anymore, but every once in a while it makes a great addition to smoothies, different sauces, and what I was going to say is I do a really delicious dark chocolate vegan mousse with the base of silken tofu a la Jamie Oliver. It was actually an old Jamie Oliver recipe from a long time ago that I used to make all the time that I've just started making again. And I'm actually going to be making it for Thanksgiving dinner, which is happening, when is Thanksgiving? Next week in the Americas. But I'm having a Thanksgiving dinner this coming Saturday night with friends. And then I'm having Thanksgiving dinner next Thursday with friends. What's up? What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on? There's whispering. Well, it's not my birthday, so they're not saying happy birthday to me again. Surprisingly, that. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, Andrew is watching from Australia. That's how I know it's Monday in Australia when he watches it, because Andrew always watches. Jennifer's watching. Claudia's watching. These are friends and family of Rythmia. Chris says, watching from Portland on my break from work. We'll have to catch the rest of your video once I get home. Nicole says, I eat a sugar-free, gluten-free, vegan diet. Would there be options available for me at Rythmia? Love your earrings, by the way. Yes, Nicole. So I do use sugar, raw organic sugar in some of the desserts, but most of that stuff that we do sweeten with, we do use a bit of honey. Not a ton of agave or anything like that, but I'm not sure if you're fully sugar-free, as in you don't eat anything, or just processed sugar, but you would be fine to be able to find things. A lot of our desserts are made with whole fruit sweeteners like raisins. Gluten-free for sure, vegan for sure. You would be fine. Lorena is watching. Lorena, where in the world is Lorena? Are you in Florence? Am I right? Didn't I see that? Tell me, are you watching from Florence? I know you're always gallivanting around your European destinations doing your... By the way, Lorena, meet Nicole. Nicole, meet Lorena. Lorena is Lorena of Sucre Libre, I believe that's your hashtag. She does like all sugar-free goodness. So you have to follow her on Instagram.
Florence, no.
She's in Florence, yes. Lorena, hit me up in the comments. What's your Instagram? Because I think that Nicole needs to follow you because you do amazing sugar-free stuff. I love sugar. I love it. And that's all I have to say about that. Not like processed white sugar, but I use, here in Costa Rica, like the sugarcane plants grow like crazy here. So I use really unprocessed, like as unprocessed sugar you can get. Like you can get, what is it, tapa dulce is the name here?
Dulce, yeah.
That's what I put in my coffee in the morning. It's so delicious. And maple syrup I use a lot of also. Sugar Libre, I was right. So that, check it out. Okay,
Sugar Libre.
so I've got in here 1 package of tofu. This is the base of our sauce. Next, I'm going to add in just a few ingredients, and I'm just putting this into my blender. That's how easy it is. This is vegan milk. Did we do almond or soy?
Soy.
Soy milk. We already got soy in here, so why not? And honestly, doing some, when you're seeking out dairy alternatives, sometimes soy is best because it's like richer. I know when I do vegan cappuccinos,
No, ma.
I do prefer,
No,
so I'm just
ma,
watching some stuff go down here.
ma.
I do prefer using soy because it just whirls up and, what's the word? Froths. It froths better. So we got that soy milk in there. Am I going to be switching blenders? Is that what's going on here? Okay, so I'm going to be careful putting my ingredients in here because this blender pitcher doesn't work with the base. So I'm waiting to swap out for a different pitchel. Pichel, that's Spanish again. Pitcher is English. Pichel, Spanish.
Spanish.
Spanglish. I'm going to take a drink from my sponsored beverage. Nicole says, great, thank you. I'll look for Lorraine. I love sugar too, but sadly doesn't love me. Yeah, I use Lakanto and no sugar fruits. Yeah, perfect. Phil's joined. Hello, Phil. I'd love to hear how your trip has been. Send me a message. Let me know how your trip down under has been. Not down under to Australia, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've got a new blender. So, soy milk, 1 package of soy. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? I'm gonna add in a bit of miso. If I had white miso, it would be better because this is gonna darken. I've just got this preheating. This is gonna darken up my sauce, but who cares? So miso sauce, about a teaspoon. That's a bit more. Onion powder. And this is just to give our sauce some flavor. Obviously, mozzarella doesn't have all of these flavors, but soy on its own tastes like shite. So we're adding flavors. To richen it up and thicken it up, I got olive oil and some Dijon. So I'm going to put in all of that olive oil, but I'm only going to take about a teaspoon and a half of Dijon. Pop that in. Then I've got some dry seasoning, nutritional yeast. I've gone on and on and on about it. It is an inactive yeast grown I think it's a byproduct of molasses, if I am correct. And it just has a really stinky feet, cheesy scent to it, and it also helps thicken things up. So I'm going to add in that for flavor. It's used in many vegan cheese alternatives. A little bit of salt. And this is lemon juice. And then I'm just going to plop in here, because I'm using my high-powered blender, some cornstarch. And that's just going to help thicken it up, because we are going to cook this a little bit. Putting that on. My baby was up for 2 hours in the middle of the night, so I'm a little bit cross-eyed right now. But I think I'm doing pretty good. So putting that on, and we're going to just whirl that up. Creamy deliciousness. Now I don't need to go any further than that. Ooh, it's tangy. Zing! Tangy from that lemon. That miso gives it a nice, savory je ne sais quoi. A little bit of nutmeg would be good in there also, but I don't have it, so we're not gonna. My hands are all wet. So that's our sauce. Done. Boom. Here, I've just got my pot that's all heated up there. I had water boiling in it just so I could keep it nice and warm. Woo! Woo! But I'm gonna add some oil. And this oil is just going to be our carrier for cooking some white onion. This is also going to add some nice flavor to this pasta. Ah, heck, toss it all in. Grab me another spoon. And in the essence of time, I'm not going to go too far with this, but I would normally cook this down. I would actually brown this and give it a nice little crispy edge, but we're making this for TV, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Mushrooms. I have white button mushrooms sliced really thin. Cremini would be great. Oyster, you know, any sort of combination of your favorite mushrooms you want to use. We are going to be using a tiny bit of truffle oil, which is like, a lot of people don't like it, but it's nice. This is a vegan dish, so it's just going to give it a little bit of a depth that it otherwise wouldn't have. It's not adding any cream. We're not going to add any of that other luscious deliciousness, and there's no butter going into this. So just a little bit of truffle oil at the end will help. So that, imagine that's cooking down really, really fast. I might put the lid on here and let that cook down a little bit. P.S. Next week is Thanksgiving, like we talked about. Not celebrated here in Costa Rica per se, but we celebrate it as expats living in Costa Rica. I've done a couple of years now of different Thanksgiving dishes. Is there anything you guys would like to see? Something that I could do live for you? Perhaps something, one of your favorite Thanksgiving meals veganized? Any suggestions you might have for next Sunday? I haven't thought of my recipes yet, but I do know that that's what I'm going to do. Lorena says truffle oil is yum. That is delicious. I just know in the restaurant business, it's kind of laughed at. It was really cool in the 90s, but no one uses it anymore. Truffa blanca condimento. This is one that I bought at the grocery store here in town. It's a producto de español. It's a product of Spain. What are you laughing about?
No, because your Spanish sounds nice.
Even when I say it like a jerk, like jokingly. Aceite de oliva, extra virgin, virgin extra. So that's what we're going to be drizzling on the end here. I'm just killing some time while I make this cook. You guys want to hear a knock joke? Just kidding. Where's JJ? JJ's the king of the jokes. Ooh, that smells good already. There's something about the smell of just mushrooms and onions cooking down. I'm going to put in a bit of salt. A bit of black pepper. Ooh, a lot of black pepper. Look at that. So good. So it's starting to cook down already. I'm going to add in some spinach because we're keeping this green, y'all. We're keeping it nice and healthy. So our spinach here, by the way, this is spinach. This is like the real deal. We can't get baby spinach in a bag like you can in North America. Our spinach comes on the stalk, so you actually have to pick it off. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit heftier, a little bit more hearty when it comes to cooking. Our spinach here, but delicious. So we've got just, what is this? Olive oil, mushrooms, onions, spinach. So it's gonna be like a spinach mozzarella pasta. And I just wanna wilt this. Really, really beautiful. And it does cook down quite a bit, so I'm gonna add in a bit more. Heck! All of it. All of it. So we just want to wilt this enough, and then I'm going to set it aside, and then we're going to get our sauce on our pasta. And when the sauce, one of my chefs in the back cooked the pasta and put it in a metal bowl, and they're like, oh, you can't carry that in. I'm like, yeah, I have asbestos fingers. I can pull things right out of the pan with my fingers. And I haven't really done much cooking in the last year because I've been off on mat leave the last while. And when I was pregnant, I wasn't doing much in the kitchen because my stomach got in the way. But I burned off my fingerprints years ago. When I was in my teens, I was a baker on the night shift. I worked at a place in Canada, not owned, but you know, Timmy's. I was a baker there, but I would get really high on drugs and then go into my 11 o'clock shift. So I have like scars that I don't know if you can see from baking when I was still doing all the drugs and drinking all the drinks. My boyfriend at the time was actually living with the town's drug dealer. My mom really hated it when I would drive her car there, and then people would drive by the known drug house with my mom's car parked out front. Oh, it was another time. That was 20 years ago. 21 years ago, actually. Okay, so this is our cooked pasta. I've got that standing by. I'm gonna take this and dump it in a bowl, just for now. And then into this pot, why do I feel like that's not hot anymore? I'm gonna put in some of this sauce. or all of it. This is when a spatula comes in handy. Helps, right? It's so easy. If I wasn't yapping, we would have been done this and eaten already. We've just been yapping. Again, this sauce is something you can make in advance and freeze. Look at that. All right, that's as good as she's gonna get for now. I just want to have this start feeding through a little bit. Not that it really needs to thicken up much. It's pretty thick already. The cornstarch is going to help with that. And then we'll put some of the pasta in. Some or all of the pasta. Pure Vita. Coating it. A bigger pot would be handy, but this little cooktop can't really handle much bigger bases. It's not very strong, as you can see. But look at that. Doesn't that look good? How's that smell, Kenneth? Does it smell delicious?
Yeah.
Looks like creamy mozzarella or Alfredo sauce. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna bring some of this home and eat it for dinner, and I'll probably mix some goat cheese in with it. I've got some really great local Costa Rican goat cheese, actually from our amazing friends at Rancho Avellanas, who provide all of our goat milk products here at Rythmia. They provide the yogurt, they provide the milk for the coffee, they provide all of the cheeses on the buffet, so it's all local goat products from a farm right next door. And their goat cheese is bomb.com. So that's, that's about the gist of it. I'm gonna just pour all of this in here now. The bigger the container for mixing, the better, friends. So I'm gonna turn that off. And I'm gonna add my greens. Gotta always have your greens, especially when you're doing these rich, delicious dishes. Mix that up. Look at that. And this will feed a crowd. You could also put this in the oven and bake it a little bit if you want. I love baked pasta. Then you can make like I have a recipe for an almond parmesan, which would be really good. It's an almond and cashew, nutritionally used in garlic powder and onion powder, mixed with some breadcrumbs crumbled on top to make like an au gratin topping would be really good. Green onions would be really good, sliced into this fresh to give it another level of flavor. You know, the brightness of a green onion with the cooked white onions. So yummy. Will you hand me a plate there, Kenneth? Dun, dun, dun. And that, my friends, is our pasta party. Look at that. And then the truffle oil, you'll see the little tiny truffle in there. Can you see that? And this stuff is potent, so you want to be careful pouring. I'm going to actually put my thumb over top. Yes. That's way too much. But Kenneth doesn't mind. A little bit of black pepper. Dunsky. When you're plating, you really shouldn't put anything around the rim of the plate because then the waiters get their fingers and stuff into it. But we're eating this at home, so who cares? And that's it. That's it. That is all. Kenneth, your lunch is served.
Yoo-hoo.
And I will take a picture of that. And I'll post the recipes. Do you guys want the recipes? I always say I'm going to post the recipes in the comments, and I never do, and no one complains. So, do you want them? Tell me. And if you do, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it after live today. George Bell is watching from the winters of Ontario. Yeah, it's cold up there, isn't it, George? Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all I have for today. 2:26, keeping it under 30 minutes. Again, please let me know what you want to see for Thanksgiving. I'm doing my live on with some Thanksgiving ideas for next Sunday. Just in time for Thanksgiving next Thursday. So shoot me a message here in the comments or a message on my Instagram at Mac Wellness. If you're not following, follow there. It's fun. There's lots of baby shit and food stuff. Okay, that's it. Have a happy Sunday. Look forward to seeing you guys here. I think we're sold out pretty well, almost till into early 2020. That will continue to happen. So if you haven't picked up the phone to call us and ask any questions and get yourself booked in, do that now. Do it now. And we'll see you soon. Have a beautiful week.
Bye, Meg.
Love you. Bye.
Boom.